This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another episode of the Bostonian versus the book. He's Dave Sharapan, the book. Matt Perrault, the Bostonian at Boston versus the book. Sports Grid replay high. All you late night people, we appreciate it. If you were live with us on YouTube and Twitter, live in the chat, hi. Good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Lots to get to. Andrew Patterson from Sahara Bets will be joining us here momentarily. He'll be coming on in. We'll talk about what's going on with Sahara Bets here in Vegas. You guys come to March Madness, what you guys can check out at Sahara. Get the thump and the bump when you walk in. They got speakers in the cement in front of the building.
It's loud.
It's unbelievable.
It's loud.
They pour cement with speakers all around them.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very neat. So we got AP coming on here in a couple of moments. How are you, sir? How are you on this Tuesday?
Good, man. Yesterday was good. We put out a couple clips today. Got some people responded to both the fact that you were not wearing a hat.
Yes.
And that you got your hair done and you went out to the big fancy dinner last night with the family. And also the fact that that KI came on talking about buckets and about Hofstra, but we're don't worry about the Hofstra thing. It was more importantly about the buckets and all that other stuff. So yeah, it's March, baby. We got buckets all morning, all day.
You can talk about buckets. I'm going to talk about Hofstra.
Oh man,
what the hell was that? I wasn't
boy.
even watching the game. All 5 legs were live. 4 of them cash. We get Cavaliers Nuggets.
Yeah.
St. Mary's Gonzaga.
Yeah.
All we need is one more. All we need. KI came in here rolling with his alma mater, with his people. Hofstra's going to roll.
Damn it.
Damn it is right.
Happens, I guess.
Hard,
it happens.
right?
I mean, the Cavs made you sweat. The
Yes, they
Celtics
did.
only took them to overtime and, probably should have won. I mean, Celtics should have won that game yesterday. They missed the free
Can't
throw.
say I'm going to hit both free throws and then miss the free throw.
Right?
Not a great look by Grant Williams.
Don't
Not-
say it until you do it, right? I mean, you could talk,
Not the
but
best.
you got to knock it down. Not the best.
Not the best.
Louis Domingue, definitely not the best.
Not in those moments. That's going to live in infamy for a while. I mean, he's going to get ribbed and razzed by his teammates for a long
His
time.
teammates, forget about his teammates. That's the easy part. That thing's going to live forever. That
Yeah,
was on. I saw that on social media. I was like, what did he say? It just, what? Oh, no.
Not a good look.
No. No.
They fought hard. I mean, that's one of those things, right? When everybody's out, Horford and Tatum don't play, and yet the team was up by 14 points. It's the 3rd time this year they've been up by at least 14 points,
Yeah,
and they've lost to the Cavaliers.
I know.
Cavs and Knicks are a problem. Yeah, I'll admit it. For the Celtics fan, Cavaliers and Knicks are going to be an issue if they run into those guys in the playoffs.
You think so?
Just because there's confidence you get. I think Boston wins both series, but I don't think it's going to be easy.
Mm.
I don't think Boston, walks to 4-1 each in each series. They're gonna be tested. Those teams believe that they can beat Boston because they've done it consistently.
You're more worried about one of those teams than this team right here, the Milwaukee Bucks?
Boston already did it. Celtics already beat the Bucks
What the hell does
last
that
year.
mean?
They're better this
Hofstra
year.
already beat
They're better this
UNC
year.
Charlotte and didn't beat them last night.
Yeah, but that was one game. It's different. But Boston, I'm not worried about the Bucks in the playoffs. If Boston plays the Bucks in the playoffs, I think Boston wins the series.
Really?
I'm more, because they'll have their full attention. They'll have their full complement of that's Boston staring straight at Milwaukee. They know who they have to play. I'm more
Right.
worried about the team that you're not paying attention to coming from behind and, sticking a
Man,
shiv
oh,
in
man.
your back.
I don't know. Credit to Mr. C, Mr. Chris Covey. He did come in the chat yesterday, Mr. C. He's our big man. He's our 5. If we're
Okay.
going to put together a basketball team, We're throwing it inside to that dude. I don't even care if he could hit the free throws.
Okay.
I know he could play defense, and we could use him to go inside out. But he came on yesterday and said that that they were live against Hofstra. He did tell everybody, so I had to give him a hat tip to everybody.
Yeah,
So
he was running around the Discord channel taking a victory lap. He was right. Yeah.
was he?
Yeah. Good.
Don't
good
do
call.
that shit.
No,
Mr.
it's okay.
C.
It's okay. He was right. We didn't
You
listen
can
to him.
tell him. You just don't have to tell him all about it. That's all.
Tell him you're going to do it, then do it, and then tell him you did it. It's old radio 101.
Tell him you're going to do it. You do it, and then you tell him you did it.
Radio,
Radio 101. Do you teach that in a class, Professor?
Yes, I do.
You do.
Oh yeah, that's a huge. That's a big radio technique of hype it up, hype it while you're doing it, hype it while you did it. Tell
Only if
everybody.
it wins.
No, either or. I mean, it doesn't matter what you.
Okay.
From a radio perspective, you're doing it from an event perspective. Like when we were at the pool at Sahara, we tell everybody we're doing it. Then we did it. And after the fact, we told everybody that we're doing it. It's our picture on our if you go to our Boston versus the book Twitter handle, the picture is you and me at Sahara.
Was easily our best road show.
Yeah.
And we've done road shows and a couple other books and stuff.
The scenery was way nicer than any other scenery we've seen.
It was hot as hell.
It was, but there's still nice scenery.
I mean,
around,
the computers and everything almost melted. We had
Yes,
to get
they
in
did.
the shade a little bit.
Yeah.
But when they delivered the drinks with the sign and all that stuff, that
fun.
was a complete surprise. That was nice. That
was
was
awesome.
That was good.
It was fun.
AP was doing that, so that was good. He was in charge of that. He's in charge of a lot of stuff. We'll get to discuss it with him.
Before we get to him, let's just do one game and then we'll bring him on. He's in the green room, so we'll bring him on here in a second.
Oh, okay. Good. He's early. He's always early. Dude's
perfect.
always on time, always early. He's very prepared.
After my own heart. I love it.
Oh,
it's perfect.
Yeah.
On time. On nose.
Absolutely. Always.
St. Mary's Gonzaga tonight.
Yes, sir.
Game of the night, game of the day.
Bucket game.
Here in Vegas.
Bucket game right there, son.
Those rims are so soft.
Gooey.
So soft. I
Yes,
cannot believe I missed the over last night in this game. I cannot. That game, I had a free throw and a three-pointer at the end, both missed. If those go down, I go over, I hit. Luckily, it was 170 in game. I bet the under. I had a 10-point middle, so I went 1-1. So it was nothing for me, but officially I lost it. What do you make of Gonzaga tonight, knowing that they've lost to St. Mary's once before, but that building is going to be a home game for the Zags?
Is it? There's a lot of St. Mary's people here. These people think they can win.
They do think they're going to win, but that building is going to be Gonzaga South. Loud for Gonzaga. I don't know. I really think Gonzaga is going to be a difficult team in the dance. I like them a lot. I'm going to have them going far.
A lot of rhombuses and parallelograms are on St. Mary's, though. Don't forget.
They are. I mean, if you believe the numbers, I mean, look, Ken Palm loves St. Mary's.
Yeah, but Ken Palm doesn't take it. He's not looking at the neutral.
No. I don't mean tonight. I mean overall in rankings.
Oh.
Ken Palm has St. Mary's way
Top
above
10.
Gonzaga.
Top 10, right?
7.
St.
Yeah.
Mary's 9.
7th in the country and Gonzaga outside the top 10.
Country. Yikes.
So Ken Palm numbers, guys, yes, they think St. Mary's defensively, they are tremendous, and they're going to be able to slow down Gonzaga's pace, which is what San Francisco did last night. Their threes just didn't fall as consistently in the second half as it did in the first half. But the length of Gonzaga, the guards for Gonzaga have to hit threes tonight. And then Timmy's got to stay out of foul trouble, and he has to hit his free throws.
Right.
I don't know. It's interesting because Gonzaga has no pressure like they've had in years past on them.
Right.
They're free.
I mean, they got to win.
Win what?
I mean, they're in, but they got to win. I mean, they can't go into this thing with a loss. All the doubt has already been set with Gonzaga. They got to win this. I think the pressure is on them. I think St. Mary's is free. They're in.
Both of them are in. What do you mean? Is that large?
I know, but
they're both in.
St. Mary's, what are they going to improve their seed by 1? Like Gonzaga can jump a couple numbers seeds with a win here.
Interesting.
I think
Gonzaga can jump a couple of seeds.
They go from what? A 5 to a 3?
No. No.
No?
Not with winning. No. St. Mary's, like, if you believe the Ken Palm numbers, St. Mary's is only behind Purdue, Tennessee, UConn, Alabama, UCLA, and Houston.
There ain't
Houston,
no way they're going to be a 2 seed.
correct. So I don't think win or lose, I don't think it matters for St. Mary's. They're a 3 seed regardless of tonight.
Well, no, they're a 3 or a 4, win or lose. They're already right.
Yeah,
But I think the
don't
Zags
think
are
matters.
aren't the Zags a 5?
No.
Win, they go a 4.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, but that's one spot for both teams. I mean, it's not tremendous, and it has to play out. The other conference have to play out, and bid stealers
That's
and
what I
whatnot.
mean.
I
Right.
don't. This game, I don't think matters at all for the tournament. I think both these teams are set with their
yeah.
with their numbers. The
We're in.
committee's going to look at them the same. I just think whoever wins this is obviously huge bragging rights and it's momentum. It's
Eh,
revenge. Gonzaga beat them at their place. St. Mary's beat them at their place. Now we come to Vegas. It's incredible that Mark Few has never not played in this game. He's been every single year he's been at Gonzaga. He's been in the final every year.
yeah. They got to win one game to get in the final.
Well, that hasn't always been like that, though.
I know, but
they've
they had to
changed
win
that.
2 games before they had a
Okay.
double bye.
It's still
So, I
pretty
mean-
impressive to see Mark Few at Gonzaga to go for this type of run.
They've always had the best team,
Correct?
the best players.
Not always, though.
That's surprising.
When he got there, that Gonzaga wasn't anything when he got there. Mark Few turned Gonzaga into Gonzaga.
Of course, but I mean,
So the tournament was set up differently than before, but Gonzaga is it's an amazing run to see what they're on. St. Mary's wants to obviously dethrone them. It's a 2-team league. I don't know. I'm very tempted. I may be laying the points with Gonzaga tonight.
and buckets over. Game goes over, don't it?
I feel like it's going to go over. Yeah.
Gotta go over.
I bet the over last night, so I'm a bit gun shy
Yeah.
on it, but I mean, St.
Guys
Mary's
in the chat, guys and girls in the chat, welcome to the show. Thank you. Hit subscribe, hit like, but also go through the chat right now and put Zags, Zags, or Gales, Gaels, right now. Who do you like in the game? Straight money line. Forget the 2.5. It's not
Wow,
important.
it's interesting. St. Mary's, 3 of the last 4 have gone over. Their game against BYU went over.
Buckets,
And the total of this
baby.
game at 138.5 is super low for a Gonzaga game. Super low.
Over.
Yeah.
Over.
I think the over is probably the right play tonight with
over.
that to see
Yeah.
because the rims are so soft. I couldn't believe it how soft
Yeah.
those rims are.
Wow. Zags, Gales. Wow. This is a good number. This is what you need in the book when you're the book guy.
2.5.
This is perfect. Zags, Gales. Look
Well,
at
let's get.
that.
How about we get a tiebreaker and get AP on here from Sahara Bets to break the
He
tie?
has no opinion about the college basket. He's going to talk about some other stuff. Maybe he does. I don't know. We'll ask him.
It's got to make a pick though. Just throw a dart at it and see what happens. There he is.
All right. What's
Andrew
going on,
Patterson
Big Dave?
from
How you doing, Matt?
Sahara Bets joining us here on the Bostonian versus the book. Good morning, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm wonderful, Matt. How are you doing today?
We are great. Good to see you.
Good,
Thanks for
good.
coming in. How are things with you guys at Sahara Bets? What's going on?
Yeah, we're doing well. Right, still just in Arizona, but really enjoy the market. Yeah, and we're just trying to carve our percentage out. Right,
That's
the whole country's dominated by the big 2, but people like to call it the big 4.
Right.
So yeah, we're doing well though. Yeah, and kind of following along with you guys. I do have a pick for tonight if you want.
do?
My
Told
take.
you. Told you.
Well,
Hit us with it.
I got to go with the St. Mary Gales.
You do?
I do. Yeah. I mean, listen, I think they're sick of losing in the West Coast Conference final. They did beat Gonzaga in 2019, but right. I mean, Matt mentioned it.
Yeah.
Mark Few's never not been in the final of a West Coast
Right.
Conference final, right? And like,
Stupid.
it's St. Mary's time to kind of get back at Gonzaga. And I like your overplay though. I do like the over.
Okay.
138.5 feels low.
It
Okay.
does.
All right.
Feels low.
That's good to know. I know you're all sports guy. You're looking at the numbers. You've got in charge of traders and all this other stuff that you're doing, but you're a Big Ten guy at heart, and you're a Michigan man.
Yep.
Is Michigan getting in the basketball tournament, in the big tournament, or are we going to the NIT, AP?
Whew.
Because I'm just saying, like, the Big Ten stinks. I'm a Penn State guy. You know that. We've had many discussions about the Big Ten. Does Michigan have to kind of win 3 this week to get in, or what?
No, they got to win 2, right? You got to win. You got to beat Rutgers on Thursday, and then you get Purdue, right?
Can beat Purdue, no.
And if you beat Purdue, you beat Rutgers, beat Purdue, you're likely in.
But
now,
the number against Purdue is that's the
7.
Might be higher.
Neutral, yeah. Could be. But Purdue's beatable, right? I mean, the Big Ten, as you said, Big Ten stinks, but they might get 9 teams in.
Yes.
How is that possible? But you're right. Like, they might get 9. There's talking of maybe getting 10, depending on how these other bids go this week.
Of course, yeah. Right. And, Michigan struggles to close games out. They should have, they were up 7 on Illinois in overtime, lost that one.
Bring that up. You brought
had a loss, lost to Indiana. They were up on them, had last shot, somehow get a 3-point attempt from your center. Don't ask me how that happens, how you draw that up.
Bring that up either.
Yeah, but I mean, it's happened all year. I mean, right? I mean, they've struggled to close out games. So, I mean, they're not in the tournament now. But again, I think if you can get by Rutgers, beat Purdue, play a tough game in the semifinal, I think they. Again, depending on what else shakes out, I could see them. And again, the brand matters to the NCAA, right?
Oh, here we go.
He's right. He's not wrong.
No,
it's a TV show.
mean?
It's a TV show. He's not wrong.
Damn it! So Michigan gets in over like Northwestern or something?
No, not Northwestern. But
Penn State.
Well, that's my question.
Well, look at Nevada. Let's look at Nevada, right? There's 4 teams in the Mountain West that in theory should be in. But Nevada losing to UNLV on Saturday kind of dampens that a bit, right? So they might need to beat they might need to win 2 in the Mountain West.
According to Joe Lenardi, Nevada's the last team in the whole thing.
Okay. All right.
They're the last team in from the tournament. Penn State's got a bye, so they're in. That's the 10th team from the Big Ten. So it's Nebraska, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Minnesota. Those 4 are out. The other 10 are in. It's unbelievable.
Nebraska may play their way in, though, Perrault.
They're not going to win. What are they winning? 5 games? Hold on. They're going to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. 5 games in 5 days. 1, it's never happened. 2, it's never happening. It is never happening.
Not with that team.
Not in the Big Ten.
That team.
Not with that team either. Not in the Big Ten. You weren't running through the Big Ten conference tournament with 5 wins in 5 days.
No.
Right. So
yeah. Cross them
off.
off.
I mean, Dave, I'd love to see 4 Mountain West Coast team or Mountain West Conference teams in, but right, it just doesn't happen very often. So
I want UNLV to take advantage of the home court they have with that tournament. Like I really want, Kruger and company to get the team turned. Big win over Nevada, obviously, but I want to see they have the conference tournament on their home court and they never play in the final. Like it would be fun to see them playing for it and have the real home court advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Las Vegas, Matt. Went to every UNLV game I possibly could as a kid. Obviously, it was the great years with Jerry Tarkanian and, the Runnin' Rebels. And then it extended through high school and would skip school to go to the Mountain West Conference tournament. And, there's just not this. I mean, with the Knights here, the Raiders here, right? Like Vegas, you've got to win. You've got to win. And so – you look at their season, they start off 10-0, had San Francisco at home up 11, I believe, with like 4 minutes to go, and lose on a 3-pointer with half a second left, something like that. Right. And then the season just never found the same consistency on the defensive end,
right.
To make a run in the Mountain West. So yeah, I mean, listen, they'll beat Air Force tonight, or tomorrow. I'm sorry, tomorrow. And then you're, I don't know.
Rolling the dice is what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, not gonna be easy.
So you just said you grew up in Vegas. You're a Vegas guy, living here, going to Michigan, coming back, and now you're a season ticket holder of the Vegas Golden Knights. Went to the game the other night. You watched the games. Little hockey tonight. The Knights on the road against Florida. Seemingly a little bit overpriced to me, but let's talk globally at odds and things like this. We watched the game together. We've seen what they're doing. The Knights as constructed, I mean, they just went and got Jonathan Quick. Like, they're not winning the West, are they? They're not going to the Cup, are they?
I mean, does Logan Thompson come back? Is Mark Stone potentially going to come back? Right. I mean, if they, I mean, Matt, you're shaking your head. No. Right.
He's a doctor. In addition to hosting the show, he's a doctor on the side. He knows this stuff.
All right. Well, I mean, listen, Colorado's the favorite. I think Dallas, the way it's constructed today, is a better team than the Knights. I think, if VGK can get Logan Thompson back, I think they can. But, I mean, are they beating Colorado in a 7-game series? Probably not in the way they're constructed today, Dave. I think, we watched the third period of the Carolina game. They have 3 shots on goal.
3.
First period of the Devils game, 4 or 5 shots on goal.
I think it was
3.
4.
Was it 3?
4? It was 3 or 4.
Yeah, right. Like, just they're winning, playing good defense around the crease. Is that good enough in the Stanley Cup final, like in the playoffs to get there?
4 rounds. It's hard to do for 4 rounds, especially when you got to play like Edmonton.
Yeah.
You might have to play Dallas, and then you might have to play LA or something. I mean, like the games that there's going to be games we've got to score 5, right? That's the hard part.
That will be the hard part. They obviously scored pretty well coming out of the break. But I mean, against the bigger, better teams in the East, they've struggled. Right. And that's who you're going to see in the playoffs.
Yeah, we watched it against Montreal. Their precision, like everything had to be so perfect. And some of the goals were really pretty because they hit on them, in Montreal just lacking defensively. But like they don't just throw pucks at the net and just to see what's going to happen. Like everything's got to be so perfect for them to score and then to shoot the puck. And that's just a Bruce Cassidy thing, like that they just value puck possession so highly that they don't want to give up possession. They don't shoot the puck enough. Okay. And then if you have a Jonathan Quick or a Hill or whoever's in net, you're asking them to give up at maximum 3, most likely 2 a night to win. And in the West, I mean, my gosh, you got some really high flying offensive firepower type offenses in the West.
Yeah, right. And it'll be fun that the back half, right? They're on this 5-game road trip starting tonight. And then they come back home, and I believe they have a pretty favorable schedule. But then, they get into April, and they have, you get the Kraken on back-to-back. You get Edmonton's on back-to-back, right? You get to kind of see where you are within the Pacific Division and, really see how good this team is against those, teams that will compete against in the playoffs.
Do you guys see either in Arizona or just you looking at the whole global spectrum of sports betting? I've talked on this show a lot about ESPN's Plus, the ESPN Hockey, whatever the package, whatever they call it, which is $8 a month to buy ESPN. Right. They have so many games you can watch either on your phone or on your TV. Do you feel like there's more interest in betting on hockey than there has been in previous years?
Yeah, we've seen a small uptick in hockey. I still think, hockey's a tough one for people to kind of get behind, especially because it competes with the NBA and right now, right? I mean, everybody's college basketball. So, we have seen an uptick in the handle, but it's small, right? They still got a long ways to go. We're probably around that 4% range, maybe 4.5% right now. Wow. So still fairly small, right? Percentage of handle. So, I think the arenas and the hardcore hockey fans, right? They're going to be in no matter what, right? And so it's kind of that casual fan that we're trying to get on board. The NHL is trying to get on board. And again, it's small, but I think it's a good deal for the NHL long term with ESPN.
And it's passionate. That's what they're going to build on. And if we get all of our kids, you're a girl dad, Perrault's a girl dad, I'm a girl dad. The girls love the hockey. The kids love the hockey. I mean, you take them and they once you take them in person, they're done. That's it. You got a fan.
Yeah. Right.
So, you guys are running a shop in Arizona. I don't know if you've heard, but the best team in the NBA, in the West at least, is in Arizona.
Yeah.
The Phoenix Suns, KD, all of this stuff. I'm going to guess, do you need against Arizona? The Phoenix Suns to win the NBA championship? Are you already sweating that? What's it look like in the NBA?
Yeah, so we're not sweating too bad the Suns right now. We've been on the lower end with them kind of all season, but we will, we do.
Frozen.
Snap your fingers. Come back.
Wait,
Come on, baby.
It says connection problems. Hold on. We'll see if it connects back in. This is the first time we've had a connection problem.
They'll get in there.
Hold on.
Money.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, did I lose you?
You froze for 1 second. You did. Now you're back. So start the answer. Pretend. Take 2.
Okay.
Suns. Go.
Suns. Yeah. So we've been lower on the Suns all season in terms of the Western Conference winner and the NBA championship. So we're not sweating them to win the whole thing, but we do nightly boosts on the Suns. So every game, the Suns, the price on the Suns money line to win is better than what you'll get anywhere else in the market. So we sweat them on a nightly basis. Some of it's, customer acquisition, some of it's, customer retention play, and some of it's just to support the team, right? To be behind. Because again, we are only in Arizona. So it's something that we could offer that, we don't have to worry about everywhere else.
Okay. So you're rooting against them, or are you just hoping that people just play?
Just hope people play. Just listen. Just play. Just get people in, give them a bet, right? And hopefully they find their way to some other markets, and again, they stick with us long term.
Right. There you go.
Did you guys have anything or any issues with what happened yesterday with Giannis in the rebound that was taken away after the game? Because Dave said it was his 10,555,000th reason why he doesn't want to be in a risk room anymore.
Which is fair. Right. So we don't offer currently same game parlays. I know that's the big rage of the industry. Right. Players getting triple doubles. I mean, you guys will enjoy this one. When I was looking at this same game parlay product 4 years ago, I put in LeBron triple double and the Lakers to win or something like that. And it was like minus 175. I was like, hold on, like LeBron, whatever, right? I mean, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I guess it's early 2020, right before COVID of 2020, right? And I'm like, LeBron triple double and Lakers win. I don't care what the price of the Lakers is to win. LeBron getting a triple double is not minus 175, no matter what you're at, right? No. And Dave, we worked together, right? Yeah. We were at Canner. We took any bet that would come up to the counter. We tried to, low hold percentage, a lot of volume. Mm-hmm. You give me same game parlays and tell me LeBron to score, get a triple double in a game, even in 20 was minus 175. I was like, who's betting this? Literally, who's betting this? And then, sure enough, I mean, COVID happens and it gets into the ecosystem. And now, I think can be FanDuel. Somebody said 80% of their customers have placed the same game parlay.
Same game parlay. Yeah. This is not the sportsbook business that say we grew up on or we made our bones with, but this is what the business is now. And, this will be the last one for me before we let you go. Matt will close it up. But what do you see globally? For you specifically for Sahara Bets, but just the space in general, because Matt and I are fighting the content space and trying to find what the good content is. Where's this sportsbook business? What's it even going to look like in the fall for football season, let alone the rest of this year or even next year?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to trend more towards player props, same game parlays. I think it's just going to kind of catch fire even more than what it is right now. And it is something that we will have ready for the football season, right? I mean, the data tells you have to have it to compete. One of the things that we're really trying to work on is customer loyalty. So Sahara Bets comes from the Sahara, Las Vegas. That's where I'm based out of, right? So we're trying to tie your wagering in Arizona back to the Sahara. It's not new per se, right? I mean, MGM does it, Wynn does it, Caesars does it. But we're trying to add a new layer on that would allow you to earn points and then redeem those points for free bet if you want it. Okay, there's others doing that, but gift cards, right? Everyday expenses. So Dave.
So wait, you're saying we could get Chicky and Pete's points or something?
Chicky and Pete's points are going to be on there. But I mean, Dave, Amazon, your Targets of the world, right?
You can
Starbucks,
Oh.
all of that. Yeah. So you can earn points. And once you get enough points, you can redeem those for gift cards, right? And so there's a gift card redemption, and you go in and select from, I think currently it's 11 big box brands that you can get from. But yeah, we'll start adding to that as we kind of grow that out. So
very cool.
Yeah. So it's a little different, right?
If we're in Arizona watching the show, give Sahara Bets a shot there.
Yeah.
And follow Andrew on Twitter. That's what.
There we go.
So last one for you guys coming up, either March Madness this summer, whatever. What are you guys coming up on property? Because Dave and I always laugh about the speakers that are in the cement when you walk in. The thump that you get when you walk into the property is amazing. What's on the horizon for you guys coming up here in 23 for the property in Vegas if people are coming to town?
Yeah, I mean, so Azilla Lounge is opening up. You guys said that was your favorite on-site location. Let's make it a road trip again. Maybe not in June or July, whenever we did it last time. Don't need it.
Listen, we want to come down there once a week or once a month. Get this thing figured out. Let's wrap this thing up, tied in a bow.
Let's do it. Yeah. So Azilla Pool opens up on the 10th. So this Friday, not exactly sure it's going to be pool weather, but we're going to get into the 70s this weekend. So, we'll be there. Obviously Chicky and Pete's is every day. And then we just opened a new Italian restaurant, Bala, Italian restaurant. Yeah. I mean, got to come in, try that out, Matt. Let me know when you're here and we'll, it's going to open 7 days a week here starting next week. So a lot going on at the property.
Chicky and Pete's.
We're always tinkering.
My daughter is a huge fan of Chicky and Pete's. I know Dave takes his daughters there too a lot. It's a phenomenal place. Great sports bar. Yeah, Dave eats there all the time. Phenomenal food. Great place to hang out. Andrew, thank you for coming in. We'll do it again soon. All right.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, brother. Talk to you later.
Yep,
AP. See you, brother.
That is Andrew Patterson, Sahara Bets, joining us here on the Bostonian versus the Book. I've turned my daughter into a wing connoisseur. She had wings last night.
It's fun for everybody because you can. I mean, they got all the TVs.
Yeah,
they got a book in there that you can go and if you want to place bets, you can do it right there.
Yeah,
but it's not. You don't have to be 21 to be in the restaurant.
Just don't do it. Don't make the mistake that I made, though. You gotta be careful.
What'd you do?
You have to ask the market price for things. When it says market price, you got to ask.
Well, of course. Oh, you got the crab legs.
Oh,
oh, you didn't know.
I didn't know. I literally, the night before we drove to the Super Bowl, I was talking. Matt and I spent the better part of an hour researching this and talking about what was going on, because a lunch that was supposed to cost me about $60 cost me $250.
$250.
A pound and a half of king crab legs was $140. I had no idea. I swear, I was like, it's going to be like what, $40-$50? It's lobster, right? I mean, it can't be. I mean, it's king crab legs. It might be a little more expensive than lobster, but it's not going to be like. I got the bill. I almost threw up. I looked at the woman, and I looked at the bill and looked at her, and she's like, "Yeah, She's like, "Yeah," and just like walked away. Didn't warn me. Didn't tell me.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, she didn't warn me. I had no idea. I walked out of there like stunned, going, "How did I just drop $200 more on lunch that I thought I was gonna?" It was me, Madeline, and Julia, Madeline's best friend. And I was just like shaking my head. And I asked Matt, I was like, "What's going on?" And he was like, "Yeah, there's a global shortage. 1 billion crabs disappeared off the planet last year."
Yeah, and you were eating crab. You were eating crab legs.
I wouldn't have ordered it. If I had known, I wouldn't have ordered it. I was like eating an endangered species. I felt horrible afterwards, but I had literally no idea. That's how out of touch I am. It was so funny because like I used to watch a lot of different things or like pay attention to things. I watched the news way more a year and a half ago. I was way more into the news, way more. My aunt and uncle, last night we had an awesome dinner at Venetian. It was really fun. Went to Sugarcane, really fun. My daughter at a seafood tapas place orders wings. Okay, that's her deal.
Whatever.
But she orders like wings. But she orders wings. Afterwards, she's like, she's all into this staycation thing next week. Like she wants to stay one night on the Strip. Me and her. She's like, I don't want to do anything else for spring break, Daddy.
Next week is bad.
It's spring break. I know it's bad. I know. Trust me. It's horrible. Spring break.
Stay at Red Rock. What do you?
I don't know. We're doing something. Yeah. Well, I may stay just on Monday or Tuesday. It may not be bad. But when you get deeper into the week, it's really bad. Yeah. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Forget it. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Forget it. So I'll do it sometime. I don't know. But she's like, can I go see the room at Venetian? I'm like, yeah, let's go. So we went upstairs, went to the room at Venetian. She thinks it's the greatest. Like it's a suite, and she's all like jumping up and down. I think it's amazing.
Rooms are very nice.
Yeah, I love. I mean, that's where I when I moved here. That's where I stayed like once every 2 months because I was working in the building downstairs.
Right.
So she, like, Madeline, like, you stayed there a ton. She's like, yeah, I was 2, I was 3. I have no memory of any of this. Like, that's a fair point. She has no memory of it. But like the news was on, and like there was all these like, different stories flashing by, and I'm like, I don't know any of this. Like I used to know all of this stuff. Like, I
But
don't
you know
any
what
of this
though?
stuff.
Your mental state is better.
I would agree. I would 100% agree that my
Watching the
mental
news don't do nothing but clutter your mind and give you a lot of bad thoughts. Like it's done
It's a fair point.
wonders for me. I used to
Yeah.
work at a news station. I mean,
Right.
that's what I did. I was my first internship, and we called it the toy department up in the sports department. And I would listen and watch from 11 to 11:15 or 11:20 and be like, "My God." And like you'd come downstairs in the newsroom and the people on the staff with the chasing the scanners and sending somebody out to a fire. Oh, there was a shooting over here. And,
Right.
you know, and I was like, this is all bad news. Like, what are you people doing? This can't. I've removed myself from the news a while ago. I think it helps you mentally. You may not know the market price of crab
Right.
legs,
Right.
you know, but so what? You
That's
just
fair.
pay and
But
figure it out. Like it's
I
okay.
would have saved myself $140 because I would have told Madeline no. Like when she said, "Can I
Now
have
you're
crab
going to go on a
legs?"
staycation during the busiest week of the year down at March Madness week, and you're going to pay a ridiculous amount of money for a
Why
hotel
do they
room
do
because your
that?
daughter asked you.
Why do they do that though? Why does Clark County have spring break the same week? Like UNLV is the same week, and I get that, but why do they do our public schools the
That's
same
next
week?
week. I thought that was the week after.
No, well, maybe yours is. Madeline's is next week.
Nobody tells me
Friday,
shit in this house.
she's
I
out.
don't
I
know.
mean, she's like school's out for summer for 10 days as of Friday. And so she's like counting it down. And I'm like, okay, maybe Saturday, Sunday, because everyone says, I actually agree with this. Don't come next weekend to Vegas, come this weekend to Vegas because cheaper rooms, less people, and there's 6 conference tournaments here. 6.
Yeah.
1 wraps tonight, but 6 that are here. So it's
Yeah.
all the college basketball you could ever want to watch. Tickets aren't
Great.
aren't crazy. You can get in.
No.
Room rates aren't that bad. I mean, I was at the
No.
Venetian yesterday. It
It's not
wasn't
bad at
dead,
all.
but it wasn't crowded. It
It's a
wasn't
calm
typical.
before the storm. It's
Yeah.
great. This week is great. This week
Right.
is great. Next week is a zoo. The week
Yeah.
after, the second week of the tournament, from 16 to the Final Four, awesome week to be here. Awesome. Awesome.
I would say weekend number 2 of the dance is the best weekend.
That's what I just said. You're not
Yeah,
even
for
listening
sure.
to the show.
No, I am.
How many
But
tabs you got open right now?
I agree
How
with
many
you.
tabs?
No, I'm agreeing with you.
How many
didn't say
tabs you got open?
You didn't say what it was. It's the second weekend of the dance.
It's the second week of the tournament. Yes.
Yes, it is the second weekend of the tournament. Yes, so it's week
Yes.
2. So not this weekend. I love. Next weekend stinks. Weekend after that's really fun. It's just everyone wants to come because of the old, So 16 games on Thursday, 16 games on Friday, 8 games on Saturday, 8 games on Sunday. I get it. I get the attraction, but it's a lot. I mean, you got to almost be a veteran to handle 4 days like that. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing to pace yourself through it, pace your bankroll through it.
It's the best.
It's
It's the best boy band weekend of the year. They
It
all
is.
come in groups, and they come with piss and vinegar on Friday or on
Yeah.
Thursday. Listen, if you guys are coming to town, go to the book. If you're here by Tuesday, go to the book on Tuesday and sign up for the account.
Yeah.
Don't sign up for the account on Thursday. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait in line and you're going to bury somebody as far as with a
Time.
line, and it just takes time.
Yeah.
Go do it before Thursday. Sign up for an account, make a deposit so you have a mobile account. And if you want to make bets in the book, you can. You're just going to wait in line. The best thing is to have it. Do it on prep it. Do it on Tuesday. Do it on Wednesday in the morning. Don't wait until Wednesday night. Somebody got to go home and eat dinner and get ready to come in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The schedule in the book looks like this for the people that work there.
You're
Thursday,
working.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They put your
literally-
start time.
Yeah.
And then they put a question mark at the end. So it says
TBD.
6 a.m. and the damn question mark. I used to say, what does question mark mean? And they're like, we'll tell you when you're leaving. Oh, okay. So that means what? The first year, that was 6 a.m. until 10 p.m.
How many
I did
breaks did you
16
get?
hours 4 days in a row.
How many breaks do you get during those 16 hours?
Whenever you could take them. Whenever you could take them. I was a machine, though. We had a couple machines that used to work the VIP rooms, but that's all you did was the basketball. Like, I would go to the VIP room or to the parties and just do the basketball. So I didn't have horses. I didn't have NBA. I didn't have NHL. The people in the book have everything.
Oh,
you can't make their shifts that long because you have hundreds and hundreds of transactions. In the party room, you're just doing the basketball.
mm-hmm.
I mean, you're taking other bets. People will bet hockey games and people will bet NBA and stuff. There's no horses up there, but you could stay focused on just the basketball. So when the session was in session, you kind of got to sit and watch a lot of the games.
Okay.
In between, one or two people would come up and place a bet while the games are going on, but mostly everybody was watching the game.
Right. And then ticket cashing.
Yeah. Well, that all happened right after the game. And then you train them like, guys, look, wait until nobody's up here and then just come up here. It'll take 2 seconds. I don't know why you're waiting 18 minutes in line to cash.
Because they want to rebet.
I understand. Bring a little extra money to make the bet and then come cash the ticket.
Right. After the fact.
Or
Fair.
set up an app.
Okay. Let's roll through some games today. A couple of tournaments to look at. Boston College in Louisville.
People in the chat want to know what jacket this is. This is old school Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes.
Old school Milwaukee Bucks. There you go. Sports Avenger. Thank you for watching the show and asking a question. Go ahead, sir.
So Boston College is interesting. Because Louisville stinks. Like really, really bad.
Before we get to any more college basketball, did you see what happened with the early game? A school named
UMass losing by 50? Yes.
It got doubled up.
Yeah, it's not shocking. I just feel bad for Frank Martin. It's a bad way to end the first year.
That's our guy, Frank.
Yeah. It's a bad first year. He started off really hot, and then things started. I mean, the fans started to buy in a little bit because Frank Martin was there.
Yeah.
And look, he doesn't have the horses to compete. He took over the team late, and he got housed today. Richmond ran him off the court, killed him. They had 15 points in the first half.
Man, oh man.
So yeah, UMass season over, and. Okay. But I like that Frank Martin's the coach. I do think good things are coming. I do think it's going to be a good hire. It's an unfortunate ending to the first year because you go to Brooklyn and you get annihilated by Richmond. Never in the game. Never even close. So that kind of stinks.
They're at the Barclays Center?
Yeah.
Didn't Atlantic 10 used to go to Atlantic City?
They used to, yeah. They bounced around a little while. A-10 Mosley, they were in Philly more than anything. The A-10 tournament used to be in Philadelphia a lot.
Yeah.
But, they like to move them around and they like to have, different opportunities to do stuff. So Louisville and Boston College. Louisville on this year may be the worst team in the ACC, but they're not horrible against the number. 13-18. BC has been bad against number, but decent in the ACC. They're 12-8 in conference, but 14-17 overall. They've covered 3 of the last 4 games for Boston College, 4 straight losses for Louisville, but they've covered 2 of those. The lines have been 18.5, 10.5, 7, and 17.5 the last 4 games for Louisville. Boston College beat them by 10 as 9.5-point favorites at home.
Did you put this game in a rundown because it's a Boston school?
No, because it's an ACC school. These are the only power conference in action today is the ACC.
Georgia Tech's playing Florida State. They're getting ready to tip right now.
Yeah, that's the ACC.
I know. Do you like that game?
No.
You don't like that game?
No, because it's tipping right now. Nobody can
bet
it.
This game?
Because people can bet it. They can't bet the Georgia Tech game right now.
People watching the game live, this is where they can bet it. I think Florida State's live, no? And that game is getting ready to tip.
Yes.
Getting 2.5. I think they're going to win. You think BC's going to blow Louisville out? No, Louisville's terrible.
They are terrible, but it's a 5.5-point line. It's a little heavy.
Yeah, it's painted 6 now. 135 is the total.
It's a little heavy.
134.5. It's circa under. Trash game.
Trash game. But every game today besides Gonzaga St. Mary's is really a trash game, to be honest. We'll talk about
what are you talking about? Abilene Christian, California Baptist, right down to Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas here. Whack. Opening game of the day. That's trash. That's not trash.
Yes, it is. That's
2.5-point spread. That's a competitive game. Tonight, Tech is playing Stephen F. Austin. We could go to that game. That would be a hell of a game. No?
We'll talk about the other tournament here in Vegas in a second. One more easy. Notre Dame and Va Tech.
Oy. What the hell do you do with this game?
It's tough.
Points? Dog?
6.5 for Virginia Tech now. Line's 144. I mean, I think because Mike Bray is retiring at the end of the year, I think Notre Dame might be worth a look.
To win or to cover?
To cover.
Yeah, they just got nothing.
9-20-2 ATS this year for the Irish. Va Tech is 8-12 in the ACC. When they played 5.5-point favorites, Va Tech on the road, they won by 6. So the number looks to be right.
The number's good. But the numbers just this screams take the points to me. But what the hell do I know?
I think +6. I just think they'll play hard for Mike Bray, knowing he's out and this is it for him. His last hurrah. They're not going to a postseason tournament. So
I wouldn't bet this game with the crab leg money.
All right. How about this game? We get the Big West tournament. You and I went to this tournament last year.
Hell yeah, we're going again too. Fun.
CSU Bakersfield laying 1.5 against CSU Northridge tonight.
Good game.
Good, really?
It's a good game.
Okay, sure.
You don't think so?
No, I picked it because it's here, and you and I went to this tournament last year. That's the only reason why I picked this game.
Oh God. It's a 1 point. The total's 125. You better take a nap before you go. You might doze off in a second.
It's according to teamrankings.com, this is the worst game of the day.
This is nice, but it's true.
This is the worst game of the day.
Under. I think we can bet under
125. You like the under?
Yeah. I think the winning team gets to 60.
So both teams. Cal State Northridge is 16-13 to the under. But Cal State Bakersfield is 16-13 to the over. Bakersfield's an over team. They were 13-7 to the over this season in conference. But 3 of the last 5 have gone under for them. This game's so bad.
It's a bad game, man.
Bad all the way around.
And then there's a game after that. Cal Poly Slow plays Long Beach State. That's a 9-point spread.
Yep. And we were there. We watched Long Beach last year. Long Beach State made the final game last year in this tournament.
Should have won that game too. Fullerton
should have won that game.
Pulled that out.
We're going to ride with a big favorite here. You want to lay that?
Oh,
9 points for Long Beach.
How bad is Cal Poly Slow? Cal Poly Slow, bad.
No, 15-13-1 ATS. They're not that bad.
Yeah, what it straight up?
Straight up.
They won 8 games or 9 games.
Cal Poly is oh my gosh, they're 7-24.
Yeah. Bad.
1-18 in conference. 1-18.
You
Long
can
Beach
have
State
them.
It's 11-9. Long Beach State 11-9. 11-9 straight up. Where they ATS. Long Beach State in conference was 9-11. So kind of a coin flip. Do they cover that 9? When they played the first time this year, 8-point road dogs lost by 19 on the road. At home, 4-point home dogs lost by 18. So my guess is take Long Beach.
Blow out.
Yeah, take Long Beach tonight if you want to go ahead and roll with some late night Big West tournament action.
Yep.
All right, let's get some NFL. Aaron Rodgers is reportedly talking to the New York Jets. In order for Aaron Rodgers to talk to the New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers has to have been given permission by the Packers to talk to the New York Jets. Otherwise, it's tampering. And it's a big deal.
All right.
So Rodgers could have a say in this. If you're Aaron Rodgers, do you go to the New York Jets?
If I'm Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
No.
Why not?
Do you?
To me, it just depends upon whether or not a couple things. The first is, am I 100% done with the Packers? The answer is yes.
What if the Packers are 100% done with you?
Fair. Okay. That's fair. Okay. Say it's both sides. Packers
Right.
want to move on. Packers say, Aaron, go find who you want to go to. Go figure it out.
Okay.
But if that's the case, let's play that out.
Yes.
So the Packers are done with Aaron Rodgers. That means the Packers are comfortable getting hit with a $40.3 million dead money hit on the cap for 2023.
Sometimes you got to take those hits.
$40 million cap hit.
In hockey, there's a saying, we used to say it all the time. I learned it when I was little because I asked always why. You take a hit to make a play. Sometimes you got to take a hit. Maybe they got to take the hit. Okay, so say they take the hit. If you're Aaron Rodgers, you can pick where you want to go. That's the deal, right?
If
Packers are going to take the hit, they give them
yeah,
permission.
that's why I've always said I think Rodgers plays for the Packers because I can't believe they're going to voluntarily say, yes, we're punting on 2023. We're going to suck. We're going to get Jordan Love ready, and we're going to get rid of the Aaron Rodgers contract for 24 and beyond. So if they're comfortable doing that, if they're going to say, yes, this is what we're going to do, we're going to go 7-10, and we're okay with that, then all right. Now it's Jets, Raiders. Take your pick. Where do you want to go? Because financially, for the team that he goes to, his contract's not that bad. It's only $15.8 million on the cap this year and $32.5 million next year for Rodgers.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people keep telling me the Jets are built for now. Guys in the chat are saying it. The Jets are dead. Jets. The Jets, I don't buy it. I don't know. It's still the Jets. So good luck.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to wind up.
I'd rather go to Vegas.
Yeah.
I
just have fun and play with your guy. If you're Aaron Rodgers, why do you want to follow Brett Favre in everything that's happened? Like, why do you want to do that?
That has nothing to do with it for me. If I'm Rodgers and I'm serious about winning, I'm picking a team. I don't care if it's the Jets. If I think the Jets are closer to winning, like actually winning,
they are
going to the playoffs.
They are.
The Jets are closer to winning than the Raiders.
Yes.
In that division.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, obviously, you need Breece Hall to come back from his ACL. You need help in the running game. You have 2 or 3 really good weapons offensively to throw the ball to. They're not Devontae Adams. Defensively, they are ready to go. Sauce Gardner is tremendous. You have a team that's going to be a problem with a quarterback of Rodgers' stature. The Jets are going to be a problem.
Wow.
So, and you're in a division where the Patriots don't know where they are. And the Dolphins very well might be going backwards fast. We'll get to the next story here in a second about what's going on with the Dolphins, but we'll see where they are.
What if Aaron Rodgers goes to Miami?
I think Lamar's going to Miami. Unless the team franchises him, I think Lamar goes there. And then if not him, we're talking about that story next, about who's going to be the quarterback for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But I don't think Rodgers to Miami makes any sense.
Wow.
To me, it's one of two places. First and foremost, I thought he would play for the Packers. But I guess retirement's off the table. If he's talking to the Jets, he's playing, is he not?
Maybe.
So, it looks to me like he's going to play. So if the answer is yeah, he's playing. Okay. Packers are done. Maybe they're the ones pulling the plug saying, Aaron, we love you, but it's time to move on. Okay. Jets in New York media or Raiders and Devontae Adams without the New York media. I just think the Raiders are a better place to live in Las Vegas over New York. Less attention, less scrutiny, and you're playing with Devontae Adams. If he's going to leave, I still think he comes here. I think the Jets thing is just to showcase that he's talking to people.
Put it in the chat, boys. Where should Aaron Rodgers go? You guys are voice of the show.
Yeah.
You guys put it. I think the choices legitimately are the Jets, the Raiders, or the Dolphins. Right? I mean, the Titans aren't really. Titans should be the number one option. He could go there and just.
Yeah, but the Titans are going to trade Derrick Henry. They're punting. I mean, they're revamping everything. Titans aren't going for it. Titans are saying, hey, look we don't got anything to really play with right now besides Derrick Henry. We got to go through everything. Let's trade Derrick Henry. Let's restart. So
first 2 guys in the chat, Vegas. Wow. And these aren't Vegas guys. None of these guys live in Vegas. The first 9 responses are Vegas. What?
I mean, it's not even a question to me. You go to Vegas if you're Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has rabbit ears. In New York, they're going to kill him. I mean, he won't handle New York well at all. That's the worst place for a guy like that. You just spend 4 days in a hole, literally, without light.
Sounds great.
This is not the typical New York people. A New York cab driver, your typical Jet fan, is not going to be down with their quarterback going to a retreat where they have darkness for 4 days and a man bun on top of that.
Fantastic.
Maybe, but not for people in New York City. That's not what they do well with.
If they win, they don't give a shit.
Fine, but what if they don't? The hatchets come out.
He still gets paid, right?
He gets paid, but he gets ripped on the back pages every 2 seconds. They watch
care.
every word.
What? Care. That guy
Baloney.
doesn't care.
I could not disagree with you more about that. He cares more than anybody. He's the most sensitive.
Like he cares. He used to be. I don't know. I don't think
he's the most sensitive. He's the most rabbit ear quarterback in the league. He hears everything. He reads everything. In New York, oh my goodness. They will watch every move. If he's at some yoga retreat on a Saturday night and they lose the following Sunday, Monday morning is going to be brutal. Back pages, news stories, paparazzi, all in his face. New York Post in his business, every person he dates. Oh, I cannot see Aaron Rodgers in New York. I would almost want to see it because I know how bad it would go. It would be a disaster, an absolute disaster. In Vegas, they will let him do whatever he wants. Nobody will say boo.
Really?
Oh, I mean, Devontae Adams, all the Raiders here. No one says anything. Darren Waller got married to the #1 female star basketball player here in this town. It was barely a news story.
Vegas, baby.
I mean, it was like, okay, yeah, good, great. Well, what's next? Like, no, that in New York would be huge. Be back pages. Everyone will be talking about it. Oh my gosh, how crazy is this? Wow, star tight end, star player. They're all together. This is amazing. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing. And it was like a blip. It was like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Right.
No one would care about Aaron Rodgers being here. The attention would be so different. The media scrutiny would be so lax.
National media would care.
They would, but national media, I mean, Derek Carr got ripped nationally. Derek Carr, no one cares locally. I mean, it's not there.
Excuse me. Thank you.
It's not there. It's not the same level of intensity. But are we, you mentioned Miami. Are we really going to go through this all summer with Tom Brady again?
Oh, that's your fucking guy.
Are we really doing this? Because Rich Eisen,
he ain't retiring.
Rich Eisen came back from the combine and said the biggest one of the top 5 rumors he's hearing at the combine is that Tom Brady is going to go play for the Miami Dolphins.
Of course.
That they're going to move on from Tua.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady's going to go play for the Dolphins.
Makes perfect sense, does it not?
It makes perfect sense if he wants to never have. I mean, Brady with the Dolphins ruins everything with Patriot Nation.
Does it?
Like this, ask a Packer fan how they felt about Brett Favre playing for the Vikings. Like, this is not, I can't believe Brady. I mean, look, he wants to stick it to the team. That's fine. Yeah. But Brady, it ends maybe the way Brady wants it to end, but it ends badly. The storybook ending, the, moment in the sun of Tom Brady with TB12s, all over New England and people loving Brady and talking amazingly about Tom. You go to the Dolphins, things change dramatically. You're in the division. You play the Patriots twice. That's a brutal situation for anyone.
And then he retires in a year or two and comes back and they retire his number. And if Kraft is still there, he brings him in and says it's so fine. And everybody.
I don't know. Does Brett Favre go back to Wisconsin very often? He does a radio.
Brett Favre's got a lot of other things to worry about.
He does. Tom Brady does too. Alex Guerrero's got all sorts of. Tom Brady is tied to a guy with a very shady past, and Alex Guerrero. Tom Brady's got. Alex Guerrero. Yeah, he did it in New England, but Alex Guerrero is Tom Brady's guru, who has had all sorts of problems, well-documented problems that Brady protects him, and Patriot Nation pretty much just accepted him and like, all right, fine. You don't want the gloves to come off on this stuff. It's just, I would be stunned if Tom Brady were to go to the Miami Dolphins and play for Miami in the division. it's not like him. But that's where sometimes maybe Giselle would be there and be like, hey, you shouldn't do that. And he doesn't have that voice in his life anymore. And he's like, I need to play in Florida. But his kids are in Miami. That's where they are.
Oh.
Yeah, his wife moved to Miami. His kids are in Miami. So that's where he may pick up and be like, okay, I have to play. I can't not play. Dolphins are open.
Well, if his kids are there, he wants to be closer to his kids.
Yeah, but he could be a broadcaster and see them 5 days a week.
He still wants to play, man.
It's so
he still wants to play.
It's addictive. It's an addiction now. It's an obsessive addiction. But you can't deny Tom Brady throwing to Tyreek Hill is nuts.
That's good. Aaron Rodgers throwing to Tyreek Hill's even better because Aaron Rodgers can still throw.
Yeah, but a Michigan man's not going to take a Cal Berkeley quarterback.
No?
Stephen Ross is a Michigan guy. He wants Brady. He's wanted Brady for years.
Oh, boy.
This is a Michigan thing.
Oh, this will be so ridiculous. We'll be talking about him all the time.
I just want him to stay retired. Just go do he's reportedly already told Fox that he's not broadcasting next year.
Oh, how did he get that deal?
I mean, supposedly, how happy. I mean, there's just so many things out there. There's just so many like questionable decisions that Brady is making. But it's like, if you're Fox and you have all this wrapped up in Brady and he's just like, yeah, next year. Yeah, next year. It's really hard to run your organization when your number one broadcaster just is not showing up for work and you're going to let him not show up for work.
Just one of those things. Money's good.
Greg Olson's the happiest guy on the planet. If you're Greg Olson, Greg Olson's like, let's go. I get to be the number one guy.
Kyle Meyer just came in the chat and said, maybe Brady needs the darkness retreat hookup from Aaron.
Amen. Yes. Go find yourself, please. I mean,
go look in the dark. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Kyle.
Go sit with yourself. Go sit with yourself for 4 days. Figure out what the heck you want to do next.
Right.
So the deadline for franchising tag players is tomorrow. Cowboys hit Tony Pollard. Oh, is it today?
Pretty sure it's today. Yeah. Pretty sure it's today.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So tomorrow, yesterday. Sorry. The quote said up till 3:30 tomorrow. It was said yesterday by Ozzie Newsome. Right. So they're going to go up to 3:30 today Eastern time. So that's 12:30 our time. So that's an hour.
1 hour.
Yeah. For now, for them try to get a deal done with Lamar Jackson, long-term deal to have him stay in Tampa and to have, in Baltimore and not have him head south to play with the Miami Dolphins. I think Lamar Jackson, if he had his pick, would want to go play for the Miami Dolphins. Not sure Miami wants Lamar Jackson, but you want to be long-term healthy. Lamar's playing for multiple years beyond Brady.
Right.
If the Ravens don't tag Lamar, where is he playing next year?
I have no idea.
Because he's walking, right? Like he's not staying with that team.
Well, I mean, is he? Is it that easy? He just gone? That's it?
I don't know. They haven't used the franchise tag in 3 years. They don't like doing it.
The Ravens.
The Ravens don't.
Yeah.
They would prefer not. It's expensive. I mean, it's the tag for Lamar Jackson's $45 million. Wow. It's $45 million.
I mean, when you say it out loud, the number's so impressive. Like, that's a lot.
The non-exclusive tag is $32 million, but that would allow Lamar to talk to other teams.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. If you're the Ravens, nothing's wrong with that. But he could walk. They'd have the right to match it.
These situations are so like, I don't know. They're all theoretical to me. Like I would just sit in a room and go, just tell me who's playing on where. Like, I mean, we got the odds up.
It's hard though. I mean, it changes everything. Because does it not? I mean, if Tom Brady's with Tampa, does that move the needle? Sorry, with Miami rather. Does that change the number for Miami?
Oh, you take bets on it. So yes, it will change it. You know, people.
If Aaron Rodgers is with the Jets, does that move the Jets number?
Yeah, damn right. It just Aaron Rodgers just talking to the Jets moves the number. Brady has to get there and make sure he's going to play there.
Okay.
But the Aaron Rodgers talk last year to Denver moved the number and actually took bets on it.
And their win total went up because of it.
People were betting on the Broncos ahead of time.
Yeah,
because he was talking to them, and then they got the coach and all these things. You had
the Broncos. Remember, the Broncos had the same win total as the Chiefs. The Broncos had their win total was 10.5. The Chiefs was 10.5. Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Denver couldn't do anything.
You want to talk about talking about it and then telling about it? Go back and watch our show to breaking down the Broncos.
Yep.
After we knew that Russell Wilson was going to be there. I think we said 7 wins, maybe 8 tops. Like that was one of the best season win totals under ever.
Yeah.
Worked out okay. But again, nobody has to pat us on the back. We just try to do a good job. But moving the number, I ain't moving it.
We'll watch it in an hour if Lamar Jackson's going to get tagged or not from the Ravens. If we see anything, we'll let you guys know. Okay, hockey tonight. Good game on the ice tonight.
Big night tonight.
Devils, Toronto.
It's a game of the night.
It's a good game.
Why is it so cheap?
To take the Devils?
Yeah.
Ooh, really? You think that's cheap?
Yeah.
Devils are a road team, not a home team.
Minus 45. This number should be minus 45. I think this minus 25 is nice. That's what it is now. Minus 137 last night.
FanDuel right now.
Minus 137. FanDuel knows. Let's see.
I mean, they're in Jersey. So.
Minus 125.
Wow.
Here in Vegas. Minus 130. There's one minus 135 left.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cheaper price.
So, big difference here in the West Coast. And in, DraftKings and wherever else. I got a couple offshores up.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Devils.
Yeah, so do I.
Over 6.5?
Maybe.
Over.
You like over?
I do. I haven't looked at no goalies or nothing, but Sebastian Anthony said Devils and under.
Yeah, I tend to lean to the under as well. I agree with that.
Sean just came in and said the Leafs are 5-0 in the last 5 in New Jersey.
Samsonov against Vanacek. Samsonov confirmed.
Leafs are 9-1 in their last 10 meetings. Woo! I guess the Leafs own them. Those things matter.
They do?
Yeah, I mean, Calgary somehow beat Dallas last night. In hockey, they matter. Certain teams own other certain teams when there's not a lot of turnover. Right. Hasn't been a lot of turnover on either one of these teams in the last couple of years. So you can go back and look. They play 4 times a year. It's 8 meetings is the last 2 years. It's pretty much the core group.
Mm-hmm. So Tampa Bay is an absolute train wreck. I mean, straight up train wreck hockey team right now.
Perfect for their line today, right?
What is going on? They're $3 favorites.
How bad is Philly?
I don't care about the Philly. This is my WTF line of the day. Tampa is literally fighting themselves. John Cooper is benching the best players.
Yes.
They went through an entire period this week without a damn shot on goal.
Yes, they did.
And they're $3 favorites against Philadelphia?
Sure. Makes perfect sense.
What is going on with this number? What is going on with this number?
I have no idea. It's one of those ones, right, where you got to go, okay, what are we going to do to get Philadelphia money? Surprising. We got to go to $3. Go to $3 with Tampa? Get somebody to bet the Flyers?
Tampa has lost 7-3, 4-1, 5-4, 5-3, 6-0.
In a row.
They're giving up a ton of goals.
In a row.
Not in a row. 5 losses in a row. They've lost 6 of 7. And they're $3 favorites against Philadelphia. I don't care how bad the Flyers are. This is one of your general principle plays. Plus 1.5 goals, take Philadelphia. Puck line, Flyers.
Right.
It's minus 104.
Flyers.
It's basically even money. Which, by the way, Flyers are still the number 1 team on the puck line in hockey. Let me double check on that. They still are. They're 42-21 on the puck line.
There you go.
Up 15 units.
We're getting them plus money?
Minus 104 at FanDuel. So basically, I mean, it's even money or little juice. Yeah, this is, I don't understand this. This is a puck line. This is a principal bet for me on this. Just take the puck line. Like,
right.
I hate recommending it officially on the podcast because it's such a weird sweat, but it cashes. And the Flyers might win the game. Everyone's like, it's going to be the breakout performance. Yeah, maybe, potentially, but Carter Hart's confirmed in net, who's been pretty darn good this year. And it looks like it's going to be Vasilevsky, thankfully, if you're going to take the puck line, because I guess I would rather have Elliott in net for Tampa, take Philly, but
it's not even expensive to take the puck line. I think it's a good play, especially with a team that's good on the puck line. And then if this is the game that Tampa gets right and blows them out,
tip your cap,
so be it.
Right, and go on. Florida, Vegas tonight. Who wins?
I like Vegas.
Plus money. Good plus money in Vegas tonight.
Yeah.
Plus 132. Numbers down to 160 now. Or I guess it was flat. It was 160 this morning.
150, 149.
Bobrovsky against Hill. Adine Hill is in net.
Okay. 150, 145 at DraftKings, 150 pretty much everywhere else. Minus 155 still a win bet. Yeah, Vegas is a live dog. Don't you think so?
I do. I do. It because just the way they play, it's going to be a tight hockey game. It's a low-scoring, tight hockey game.
You think it's low scoring? I like the over.
Yeah, not Vegas. And Vegas is 8-1-1 to the under on the road. Their last 10. They play, and they're going to play. It's Hill and net, whether it be Quick or Hill. If it was Quick, I'd feel more I'd be more nervous about the over 6.5. But I got plus money on the under last night.
How's Florida to the under? Their
decent.
Last 5.
Bobrovsky's only given up 4 goals in 3 games. So to me, it's got more to do with, can Vegas score on Bobrovsky? I don't think they can. Their offense just isn't there. Like, it's not what you want.
Right.
I mean, you've seen 2 games in person in the last week. We were there together watching. I mean, they're so precise. If it's not perfect, they're not capitalizing.
Right.
And so that creates a problem. I mean, this is the Florida switch this is a big trip for the Golden Knights. I mean, Florida, Tampa next.
Yeah.
This is a big trip.
Yeah. They got to win. Probably it's a 5-game trip. What are they going to win? At least 3.
3 and 2.
They can come back not in first place.
Correct. Yeah. Easily. Totally agree.
Big trip.
Yeah. Completely agree. Florida has been 4-1, 2-1, 4-1, 3-1 last 4 games. So 4-0 to the under.
Okay.
Over the last 4 games for Florida.
There you go.
In Vegas is it's an under team on the road. So we'll do that and better to book it later. Avalanche minus 142 on the puck line against the Sharks.
Minus 345 on the money.
Yes. Would you lay the puck line tonight with the Avalanche? This is one of them. There are 2 teams playing tonight who are straight fades, who are not trying to win, who are trying to lose to get the Bedard kid out of Canada. This is one of them.
San Jose's one of them?
San Jose's one of them. Yep. They have 50 points.
Columbus is the other one, no?
For me, it's San Jose, Anaheim, Calgary, Vancouver, Chicago, Columbus. Montreal is debatable. Columbus is 46 points, 49 Chicago, 50 points the Ducks and the Sharks. Those are your bottom 4 teams in the NHL right now, competing for the number 1 pick.
Yeah, I put it on Twitter today to vote. There's 5 money line favorites of $3 or more. How many win?
All 5.
You think that's getting no votes? That one is getting no votes.
Good.
It's 4 is the number 1 choice, 3, and then 2 or less, and then 5.
I mean, Avalanche are winning. Kraken are winning.
Right.
Hurricanes are winning.
Right.
Penguins are winning. Tampa Bay is most likely winning by 1.
I mean,
maybe Philadelphia wins. Maybe he goes 4-1 and Tampa loses. Maybe that's what happens. But I mean, there are some This is now we're
There's
into
another
March.
5-game chalk money line parlay. You put those 5 together on the money line, that's going to pay at least 3-1.
I'm going to go Flyers puck line. Let's see what it pays.
It's going to pay more because that's not as big a chalk.
As a plus 461 parlay
with the Flyers on the puck line.
Plus 1.5.
Change the Flyers from the puck line to the Tampa Bay money line.
Tampa Bay money line, and it's plus 283.
Still got it. It's unbelievable. Calculating these things manually in my head.
I'd rather take the Flyers on the puck line.
You would? Okay. There you go.
Gives you a chance to. It gives you a little bit of a chance to not get burned.
It's going to anger you if you take Tampa on the money line with those and you go 4-1, and that's the one that beats you, and you're going to be like, why did I do that?
Why? What do you mean? Because Tampa wins by what? By 3?
No. If you take Tampa on the money line and they lose.
Oh, right. Of course. Yes.
But I'd also be angry. You'll be pissed off for at least 24 hours.
I'd be more steaming if I take Philadelphia on the puck line and Tampa Bay wins by 2 goals. That would piss me off.
Oh.
That would piss me off. Because I could have taken Tampa money line.
Right.
So that would make me mad. I'd rather take Tampa money line. Tampa money line. If they lose, and they lose. That's fine. It's it is what it is. It's a 5. This is a 5-teamer. This is not exactly, this is taking a 3-point shot left-handed. This is not something I'm going to hit very often.
Right.
This is once in a while you're gonna, that you're gonna wind up hitting.
Yeah.
I was mad. I was more mad yesterday because I would have included Hofstra if it wasn't for our boy. Right. I wasn't even looking at that game until he pointed it out. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're unbelievable ATS.
Their numbers ATS they were great.
First time in the first round. Okay, they'll just win. They're 7-point favorites, just win. They lost the game outright. Killed the 5-team parlay.
JC from KC said the Blue, Blanc, and Rouge will beat the Canes.
The Montreal Canadiens are beating the Hurricanes.
Wow. JC from KC. That's a big reach right there.
No. I'll just say
Parlez-vous français, my friend.
I'll just say no. Wow. That is not going to happen. Yeah. Seattle on the puck line against the Ducks, the other team with 50 points tonight. Not that expensive. It's cheaper to bet this puck line than the last puck line.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking. No. This one I feel nervous about.
Seattle's 37-26 on the puck line this year, up 8 units.
Yeah.
They're not bad in the puck line. Some of it's plus, obviously, because they're a very good road team and they've won tremendous on the road as dogs.
I'm nervous about that one.
Let's see. What are they at home? Seattle was 16-14 on the puck line, up 2 units.
Feels like a danger. Will Rodgers to me. You guys don't know what danger Will Rodgers is. Google it. You'll see it.
That stupid robot, man. I hated that thing.
Danger.
Robot. Give me nightmares. Was
Mikey awesome. You need me to do it again? Danger.
That freaked me out. That thing just, Mikey Awesome, pull that, the clip of Will Rodgers. That robot freaked me out as a kid.
Did it ever?
Man, freaked me out. I was not a fan of that robot, man. That was
every little kid out there.
Yeah, it really made me weird. It gave me the heebie-jeebies. I wasn't a fan of that. That was yucky. That was blah. All right, NBA, you're wearing Bucks stuff, so we'll get to that game here in a second. But the Warriors are laying 4.5 points on the road against OKC. What are we doing? You kidding me?
What are we doing?
What
are we doing, Perrault? Tell them.
I don't know. Dog.
I mean, seriously.
Dog.
What the hell are we doing?
Dog. I can't believe this. What are we doing? Thunder plus what? I don't understand this number at all.
Now, if this was our book.
Yep.
Right now, it's 11:30 Pacific. Getting ready for lunch. The whole market's 4. You know what we do? Go to 3.
Go to 3. Yeah.
Just go to 3. Let's see who's paying attention.
Golden State is 9-22 ATS on the road.
What are they?
Straight up.
What are they straight up?
Yeah. OKC is 20-14, by the way.
At home.
ATS. At home. 7-24 Golden State on the road.
7-24. And
OKC is 19-15
on the road, and we're laying 4. People, pay attention. What are we doing?
I don't know. This is the second WTF line of the day, which I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, what are we doing?
I would be perfectly okay if it was our book and saying, let's need OKC today, boys. Let's just stay a little bit lower off the market.
Yep.
And if we lose, we lose. That's fine.
Right.
It's okay. We'll get them tomorrow. We got all these other games. Listen, this week is some of the most fun weeks to try to create positions and other stuff because you got all this college basketball that comes down to the end of the game, coin flips, all this other crazy shit. If you can't win this week, you ain't trying.
The Lakers are laying 1 to the Grizzlies, who have had a hell of a week with a lot of off the court stuff involving Ja and the Grizzlies. Lakers at home?
I didn't see it last night, but I saw a lot of bit of it on social media this morning. I was up early, so I was scrolling through some people's feeds and stuff. Did you see what LeBron did? He went on social media and was saying how so many these Bronny's better than so many of these people.
Oh, I did see that. Yes.
Somebody should take Twitter away from him.
Just a proud dad. Just a proud dad.
Proud dad. He got like 4 million followers.
Correct.
He ain't making it easier for the kid. He's making it harder.
Without a doubt. But maybe he wants to make it harder on the kid.
Okay. If he wants to make it harder on the kid. He ain't playing. The Lakers, the Lakers should be -1.5 or 2, no? Lakers should be favored. I'd make the Lakers favored. I like the Lakers.
Hold on. Just a quick question for you. Rutgers had a controversial win over Ohio State. Do you remember that
this season?
Yeah, I don't remember it. Why was it controversial?
Something happened at the end of the game. I don't remember.
So NCAA tournament committee has confirmed that they will consider Rutgers' controversial loss at Ohio State as part of their resume. The Big Ten officially said the winning shot should not have counted. Right. If Rutgers had won, it would have been a quad 1 road victory.
Oh, okay.
To clarify, the NCAA tournament committee will take into account that the Big Ten officially said the winning shot against Rutgers should not have counted. What they will actually equate to regarding impact on a decision to their bid status remains to be unseen. To be seen. So they're going to count it as a loss, but they're going to say it should have been a win.
It's like counting a triple-double as a triple-double, and then the next day saying it's not a triple-double. That's just to make sure that Rutgers gets in, too. What are we doing with this TV show?
Yep. So Rutgers got screwed.
Just letting everybody know that, we're good letting Rutgers in now, too.
If it was a loss, you got to count it as a loss. You can't say it's a loss and then we're not actually
good loss. It shouldn't have been a loss. They made a shot that counted that shouldn't have counted, so it would have been a win.
So they're saying it on the record as a loss, but we're going to count it as a win when we evaluate their resume.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo.
Okay.
Hello. Yikes. That's an interesting situation. All right. And then finally, you're wearing the jacket. Bucks laying 7 at the Magic.
Not anymore, sir.
What's it now?
2.
Woo. What? Giannis out.
Milwaukee -2.
5 points in 2 hours. Hello.
It was 5 points in 1 minute.
Because Giannis was made out
before we started. Oh, obviously. I haven't looked and done any official research, but you guys can go look and tell us in the chat if you're here. I'll bet the crab leg money that Giannis isn't playing, or at least has been ruled out
officially. Because I'm saying Orlando at home has been, they're 17 and 15 ATS. Been very good.
When I saw it last night, I was like, this is it.
Giannis and Holiday are both out.
Oh, both of them are out. They're punting the game.
Thank you, Farra. See?
Wow, they're punting the game.
Yeah, it's all right. We just won 17 in a row. We don't need this one. You know?
Fair. Not wrong.
But you see what happens, right? A lot of times, I told you this before, we see it all the time. That move comes, the guy ain't playing, this new number is caca. It is shit. You play Milwaukee at this number. You didn't play. If you took 7 and you -2, you got a 5-point middle and you can just enjoy the basketball game.
Yep.
But So I don't know. Just wait and see just wait and watch the game. You don't have to bet this game. Now you don't have any reason. Do you have a reason to bet this game? Hell no.
No, I would say take Magic. I would say with Giannis +7. I would say take Orlando, but now no, you don't take Orlando. Real quick on baseball. So I was wrong. It's not this weekend. It's next weekend. But the A's are coming here.
Uh-huh.
And the reports in Las Vegas is that the city is rolling the red carpet out for the A's.
Oh, okay.
That they are going to do everything in their power to impress the A's to come here.
Uh-huh.
2-day visit.
Uh-huh.
And they're trying very hard to make it be a thing.
Okay.
Is this going to be a thing?
Is this going to be a thing?
Like, do you think Oakland in Vegas moving here, the A's moving here, it's past the maybe stage, it's past the could it happen stage. We're now into the question of like, is this happening? Are we getting pro baseball here in Las Vegas before Nashville, which I never thought it would happen?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, only because we've heard it so many times in the past. I mean, I've been here 20 years and I've heard a couple teams coming here and it wasn't real. I kept saying it wasn't real when it was happening. This feels more real than ever. That's a lot of games, though.
I've said it before. When it got to this stage with the Raiders, when we were at this stage of conversation, it was already done. We just didn't know it.
Correct.
It had already been agreed to, backroom handshakes and different deals, and it was already done.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's already done. It just kind of feels like it's already done with the amount of conversations. It's just where are they going to build it? And if they blow up the Rio and build it there, that's brilliant. If they blow up the Tropicana and put it there, that's asinine. If they blow up or build it in Henderson, they're setting themselves behind the 8 ball from the word go.
The downtown ballparks 100% do better. They can't put it out in the remote area. It eliminates half the city.
Yep.
You don't go.
Summerlin people will not go to Henderson. Henderson people will not go to Summerlin.
Not if you have to fight traffic and get across the city and it takes you an hour to get to the game.
Yep.
To go sit for a 2-hour game now because they're fast because of the pitch clock.
Well, we'll see, but yes, man.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a baseball guy. I'm biased. I think it would be awesome in that regard, but I'm with you. They don't win. AP just said it. He's lived there his whole life. It's win or nothing here now. Like that's the reality of a team in Vegas, right?
Oh, I agree. And the Raiders are this is the first year there's going to be pressure on the Vegas Raiders to win this year. The honeymoon's over. Like it's time. The Golden Knights.
Is it like when they're still with the visiting teams and only 8 games? I think they.
Well, we saw it, but we see it with the Golden Knights. I mean, the Golden Knights had a down year last year. Lots of Montreal fans were there. A lot of Bruins people come. They're going to come and be a part of it. It's just the city won't pay attention as nearly as much. There's still a lot of heat for the Golden Knights because they're leading the Pacific. They're good.
Right.
So they've been good pretty much every year. Even last year when they missed the postseason, they weren't horrible. They had a bunch of injuries that happened at the end of the year, which took them out of the playoffs. But this year, they're going to be in the playoffs, and people know it. And so they're back on board and enjoying the hockey and enjoying the games. The Raiders, Allegiant still has that new car smell where it's still, unique. When driving past that thing, you're like, damn, that thing's big.
Yeah.
Like it's a big Roomba in the middle of the desert. And inside of it is getting a bunch of locally people are really liking it because it's paying for itself. The room rates are high. There was a big fear that if people didn't come here, the tax that they're using to pay for the thing wasn't going to come in. That's not been a problem.
Right.
Vegas it's doing very well. So the anger people had towards the stadium is not nearly as high as it once was. And we're getting big events and big tours to come through, and people are liking that. So the Raiders, they need people to show up, but it's only 8 dates. It's not that hard.
81 games is such a long season.
Whew.
And it's hot as hell here. I mean, it got to be a retractable roof. We were down in Arizona for the Super Bowl. You saw that. we had lunch there, me, you, and Farra at the ballpark at Chase Field, and it has to be built something like that, and
Agreed.
it's going to create even more and more traffic and all that other
Well,
stuff.
the Rio, I mean, if it's up the Rio, it won't
It's
be
a
that
little bit off. It's a little bit
it's,
off.
I think you can avoid it if you build the right infrastructure around, across the street from the Palms. The happiest people on the planet are the Fertittas who bought the Palms, because that property's value will, jump to the roof.
Right.
And everybody will stay at the Palms and go to the ballpark. Like, that's, if you're a baseball fan making the baseball trip, you'll stay at the Palms. So it's brilliant. So that would work really well. But there's obviously questions about, logistics and money and who's doing what. But the reason why I think this is done personally is because the new governor, throughout his entire campaign, said, I'm not doing what the previous governor did. We're not bringing a pro sports team here by giving them money. And then switched his stance and said, well, there's already existing things on the law, on the books that you guys can use if you want to. So he totally changed the stance. Right. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, all right, a bag got dropped off and we're good.
Okay.
we're doing it. So I think it's happening, and I'm not actually all that big of a fan that it's going to happen. But
we'll discuss it again tomorrow. We're going to get to some better to book it and get out of here. But
let's do it.
Expansion team versus taking the A's. I think that's a big thing too for the locals. I don't
expansion.
Think
I don't want the A's.
Yeah, I don't think the locals want the A's. I got Goroff and a couple other Vegas guys in there saying, we're good. Get us a different team. New team.
We already took one bad team out of Oakland. Don't give us your other one. I'll take the Warriors. You want to give us the Warriors? We'll take the Warriors. We're not taking the A's.
Come tomorrow.
Yes. Better to book it time.
Well, let's do it.
Let's start with Vegas in Florida. Let's make sure that that's the correct. Which game did you pick? The Calgary game or the Florida game first, Matt? Which one did? Because I had him flip-flopped. Okay, Hurricanes and the Canadians. He's going to that game. That's good. This comes from SoCal DGen. How about this stat?
Yeah.
27, 6-1 for a team that played a road game at Vegas.
Yep.
To then turn around and play a home game the following game.
Yep.
-110, over 6.
Over.
Over. We're going over. Very nice.
Simple. Bet it.
Second game.
Yep.
Vegas Golden Knights against Florida. Bobrovsky's in net. Vegas 8-1-1 to the under on the road over their last 10 games. Got plus money on under 6.5 last night at +110.
Yeah, I'll book this one. I like over. Only because I think Florida scores 4.
Okay.
So we get 4.
Vegas might score 1.
Yeah, they might. Florida may score 5.
Possible.
Yeah.
But they haven't. Just for fun's sake, that has not happened.
Yep.
With these two teams. It's the Florida swing. It's the first game of the road trip. So hopefully their legs are going to be there, and defensively they can continue to play this shell. It's a 7 p.m. start time, by the way. It is the second game. First game was a 4-2 win for Vegas against Florida in Vegas.
Here. Yep.
Here. It was 4-2. Wild Flames. Minnesota 8-2 to the under. Under 6 -115 because Calgary's on a back-to-back with Gustafsson in net.
It's 5.5 now. There's 1-6 left in the world of DraftKings. So
love it. Boys
and girls, if you're watching, you got to go under 5.5, or you have to gamble that there's no goal scored, or there's a goal scored early and it jumps up. Yeah. I think this is an under. I like under 5.5 even. 3-2, 3-1 final.
Fair. Like it. And then finally, St. Joe's and Loyola Chicago. The steam has come against me here, but I knew the two players were going to be ruled out for St. Joe's before I bet it. So I think that's why the steam came in, because everyone went, oh no, the two post players aren't playing. I don't care. Loyola has been really bad this year in the Atlantic 10. This is their first A10 tournament. It never played in this building before again in this tournament. I like St. Joe's -1.5. That game tips off. Wait, is it already
at halftime, sir.
Where are we?
Sorry, 33-27 halftime. St. Joe's is leading.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're good. Okay, so that game's already gone off.
All right, about betting it or booking it. Second half play. Would you play it right now? You gotta
what's the second?
You got to
what's
lay
second half number
in the game?
No,
lay 6.5.
No, I have 1.5. I'm gonna lay 6.
Right.
No, could have gotten
it for you.
1.5 pregame. No,
not a boy.
I would pass on this. I would not bet a second half number on that. Maybe second half under.
Okay.
So let's replace it. St. Mary's Gonzaga -2.5 We're going over or under or minus 2.5 plus 2.5. What's the best bet? I agree.
Yeah. I think over.
I think over is the best bet. Those rims are beautiful. Those rims are I just need St. Mary's to not totally take every single possession down to 1 on the shot clock. Like, just please don't play at that pace. They might, but just please don't, because then we might be in trouble. Because Gonzaga wants to run and the Marys and the Gales do not.
Yes.
Say goodbye to Sports Grid, or can we fit the whole show in here?
Let's fit it in now, baby.
I say we fit it in. We got enough time.
All right.
We got enough
Favorite
time.
thing about today is what?
So March 7th is today's date.
Yes,
all right. It's a big day. A couple days ago was Mike Blewett's birthday. Mike's a good friend of mine, Sports Grid guy. Just landed in Vegas. Going to pick him up. We're going to the game tonight. You're more than welcome to join.
Did they have tickets?
He said it's already taken care. He's like a corporate bigwig or something. So I'll ask.
He's got
him.
a ticket for me. I'm there. I mean, if he has a ticket, I'll tell him I'm in. I just don't think I'm worried about getting tickets. It sells out every year. This is the game that sells out.
You can get a ticket. There's tickets. There's guys out there selling tickets. If you want to go, you can get a ticket. $50 to $75 tops.
Okay.
But happy birthday to him. He had his birthday on Sunday. So
nice.
I wish him happy birthday. March 7th is my sisters, Dina and Dara. Their birthday is today. My twin sisters. These were the 2 girls in my life. These were the first 2 girls in my life, other than my mother. And when they were born, I'll never forget the day they were born, March 7th, 1977. I was 6 years old at the time. And my grandmother woke us up and said, your mom had 2 girls.
Wow.
And my nanny and I was mad. I was really, because I wanted a basketball team. The Jackson 5 was popular. There's 5 players on a basketball team. I was all excited. We were going to have a basketball team, the Sharapan 5. Either that or we were going to sing. I don't know who was going to be. Brother Doug was going to be Michael because he had the big afro. I couldn't play no instruments, but I would have been the guy that danced and sang behind them. Anyhow, these 2 introduced me to having women in the house, and I want to thank them both personally, because now I have all women in my house, and I was trained very, very good about what I had to do. Learned about leaving the seat down and up, and how to make sure the bathroom looked a certain way, and all this other stuff. So I'm very much in tune with living in an ocean of estrogen because of my daughter or my sisters.
Right.
So Dina and Dara, happy birthday to you. And lastly, I got this morning from Jessica, and she sent it to me, and I said, I'm reading this on the show. I told Kendall it before she left for school.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what she told me. A frog decided one day that he was going to climb a tree and reach the very top.
Okay.
All the other frogs shouted at him saying, it's impossible. It's impossible. But the frog climbed the tree and reached the top. How? Because he was deaf and thought that everybody was encouraging him to reach his goal. And the last line of it says, I don't want to mess it up. I'm going to mess it up because it cut off on my printout. Damn it. Now that my kids are texting me. So they never text me, right? I had this queued up in my thing. And now, go ahead. Tell your best thing about today, and I'll find the last sentence. Don't let negative thoughts. Be deaf. Be deaf to negative thoughts.
Hell yeah.
You can accomplish goals that you didn't know.
Beautiful.
Don't let negative thoughts cloud your mind. And
by the way,
to negative thoughts.
It's wonderful. Tom Brady just tweeted, anyone who thinks I have time to come back to the NFL has never adopted a 2-month-old kitten for their daughter.
I'm worried about Tom. I'm a little worried about Tom.
I hope he's not coming back.
I'm really a little worried about Tom.
I hope Tom is not coming back. So that's my first thing that I absolutely. The second thing is family. It's always really nice. My aunt and uncle were here they live in Connecticut.
Yes.
They're my Connecticut family, but it's just always really nice. 3 generations of my family were together. I never knew my great aunt and uncles. I knew none of them. My daughter knows all of hers. It's nuts.
I knew all of mine. It was awesome.
That's great. Yeah. Awesome. I was born so young with my mom that all of my aunts are alive. So my daughter is 8 and she has relationships with all of my aunts.
Right. Right.
And it's really cool to see. It's really unique. I mean, she's so spoiled. She gets she had like a whole my aunt's phenomenal. My aunt Joyce is just great. And she brought all these gifts from Madeline. I was like, it's like Christmas for Maddie. It's necklaces and stuffed animals and like all these things for Madeline. But it's just really neat to kind of, I was like, there's 3 generations here sitting on a table. Like you don't see this very often. You don't get this chance to see 3 generations all at one table at one place here in Las Vegas. It was their first trip to Vegas and they were going to bed at 9:00, which I was laughing because they're like, we're on East Coast time still. We're exhausted. And they're 72 and 75. So like they're not burning the midnight oil.
Right.
But it was yesterday was really fun. So it was cool to get up this morning and just kind of look at the pictures and chat with them before they got on their plane. They flew out this morning at 10:00. So it was nice to have that last night and to have it this morning. So hug your family, say I love you to your family. You never know when the last time you're going to see them, especially when they're a bit of an older age.
Ooh.
My mom's always like, you don't know the last time you're going to see them. And I'm like, yeah, I just hope that that's not the last time I'm ever going to see them. How about that? So you just hope that that's the case. So did you find it?
Be deaf to negative thoughts if your aim is to reach your goals.
Love it. Earmuffs on the world. Don't listen to the world. Dave, Matt, Farra, Sports Grid, everybody. Thank you so much. Talk to you tomorrow for a Wednesday's BVB.